Welcome back to what's Arty Noobs. This is an Object 261 Tier 10 Soviet SPG located on the west spawn of Studzianki, and it's under the command of FUSMELL. Bit too high on the minimap there. Okay, 18cm howitzer, it's his main armament. He can do 900 alpha and also penetrate 45mm of armour with a burst radius of 10 meters. But one of the best things about the Object 261 is its reload time, 26.55 seconds, which is comparable to the 155mm M12 as well as some of the other 152mm armed Artys. Okay, he's looking for a target. He's found one, an EBR-105, but he's not going to go for that because there's a T-110E3 over on the enemy side next to their cap area, and he's lining up a shot on him. Oh dear, well, we didn't get to see where that shell went, so I think from now on I'm going to have to be taking control of the camera just in case he moves directly after he fires. Okay, well, aiming for the T-110E3 again. He's almost reloaded. Standard reload is 30.68 seconds, but he's managed to get 26.58, and yeah, he did it again. He shoots and scoots. But the trouble is, we don't get to see what's going on the battle, and I have said to other players before, if you do that, if you aim, shoot, and don't even bother to look where the shell goes, then we just won't include your replay. Oh dear. So is this replay going to get canned? I'm going to take control of the camera here now. He's aiming for the Sherman. Or Sheridan rather, not Sherman. Well, he did get a hit, but he didn't kill the Sheridan. And yes, I did take control of the camera so that he couldn't divert it away at the last moment. It looks to me like the enemy have got more tanks down in the south than they do in the north. We've got the Northwoods under observation for the TVPT 5051, and they've got a Progetto 65 near the factory, but oh dear, in the ditch we've got a T62A and a Wizzy 111. Is that, it's the QL, it's the Quillen. It's the Quillen tank. Yep, the one that they gave out from the black market. And he's trying to get a shot there, but he's got no solution. Meanwhile, the EBR dashing towards us across the field. He's trying to line up a shot. Looks like he got wounded there, but no, that fell well short of the EBR. He is taking a lot of damage, that EBR. I think he's actually been slowed down. His engine may be damaged. And yeah, it was the Death Star, was it? No, it's an FV-215B, the heavy tank, who actually got the kill on him. Okay, the T-62 though is still there. He's lining up a shot. Is he going to take a round? He's just lining him up before he backs down. And he did get the kill! I stayed to watch that one, took control of the camera, and yes, we did see the T-62 appear as a wreck. So it was a blind kill, that one. Okay, there's the Quillen. And the Quillen's eventually taken out by a Leopard 1. All the way back at near our cap area. Well, we're looking to the south because there's a Leopard 1 down there as well. Oh, and he does it again. I didn't take control of the camera that time. He fired a blind shot in at the Leopard. So it looks like I'm going to have to give FUSMELL a yellow card and say if you do keep looking away after you shoot, you will get your replays binned before they're even produced. Now I'm going to take control of the camera this time to see what he's aiming at. Well, he got the kill on the TVP, but he did do exactly the same again. As you can see, he moved after shooting. Yeah, I'm afraid it's not very enjoyable for any other player if they see somebody aim at a target and then fire and pull away, so you don't even get to see where the shell went. So annoying for Arty players themselves. So if somebody does it, then obviously we would have to turn around and say, well, yeah, we're going to reject the replay. And I don't think you'll find many other content creators will do the replay either, simply because they'll look at it and say, yeah, well, we're not seeing anything here because you just keep moving away. Okay, the leopard is to the south. I'm taking control of the camera again. Looks like he's going to try and make a shot on the side of the building. The leopard's actually getting holed by a Kramvan, and there's not a lot he can do about it, because remember, the Kramvan does have very strong turret armor, but he does have fairly weak hull. The leopard is down. Okay, who's he going to go for next? Well, the Progetto is on the south side of the factory. We're only one tank up on the enemy at the moment. They've still got 3 Arty. So is our team. The only advantage we've got really is the fact that we've got a heavy tank and they haven't. And the Kramvan and the Striv 103B are making their way towards the church. No, he's been distracted by the Progetto again, but the Progetto, well, it wasn't him who got the kill on the FB4005, it was an Object 268 that we can't see, so he's probably a little further away. Okay, he's gone counter battery now to try and find the enemy Arty. Now, a little trick that Arty players use, which most other players don't tend to know about, is that when you're looking for the tracer, what you do is you press the V key, like that, and all of a sudden you see all the visual cues disappear, and it makes it far easier to spot the enemy Arty. So we'll do that again. If there is an enemy Arty down there, we should see the tracer very, very clearly when they shoot. Our tank's moving towards the enemy. And there's the Conqueror gun carriage. We didn't see his tracer, but FUSMELL got the kill, but we lost the Kramvan to the Object 268. So that's 2 kills that guy's got. He also took out the FB4005. And FUSMELL's now got 3 kills. So the scores are now even. So we know that 268 is in the south. We've got nobody up in the north looking as well. That's the problem. Our Conqueror gun carriage is all alone up in the north of the railway line. And the Bobject, well, he's covering the factory. And, well, the Jaegeru on the enemy team's been spotted. Lines up the shots. He didn't move this time. And only got splash. Looks like the Striv is up on the woods. And, yes, he's just been killed by the Jaegeru. And there goes the Jaegeru to our Leopard 1. Managed to sneak a shot in. And this is what I feared. The Progetto 65 has actually come west and he found the Conqueror gun carriage and killed him. But that was a snapshot on the Progetto, and yes, it did hit. But I think they're going to have to vacate this area now, because otherwise he's going to be coming towards them. T92 is not a very fast Arty, so he needs to think about moving away right away. You see, FUSMELL has been through this before, and he knows that when there's nobody between you and the enemy, it's probably better to beat a retreat, find a safer position, and defend the cap area from there. And the Bobjects found the Progetto. Oh, crumbs! He finishes him off very, very finally. And now there's only 4 left on either side. Okay, they've got that Object 268, a T110E3, the one we saw at the start of the game, and 2 Artys, the GWE100 and a T92 HMC. So we're just waiting for somebody to spot the enemy. Might be a good idea. Oh, there's the 268. Unfortunately, just finished off our Leopard. And now means we're critically low on view range. 268 waiting behind those houses. And there's the T-92. This could be a problem, because if you can't see the enemy, you can't shoot them. Okay, the Bobjet's coming south to help. I can hear some distraction going on, so I think the 268 is actually knocking fences down. Kind of get the feeling he's trying to move up. But because we can't see him, we don't know where he is. Oh, he did move up quite a lot. In fact, he's actually headed north along the tree line, and neither of the Arties saw him. Okay, he's decided to go into the ditch. Well, FUSMELL gets the kill by shooting it into the rear, and that's 4 kills. There's only 3 enemies left now, the T123 and 2 Arty, but the Bobjet did get hit. So I guess now it's the time for both Arties to actually get involved and go hunting. Well, they killed the T123. The Bobjet got him from a distance. So it looks like the T92 HMC is sticking around, but FUSMELL's trying to indicate to him that he should move. The Leopard 1 saying, Arty, go first. Well, that's just so they can find out where the enemy Arty is. One of the good things about the Object 261 is it's based on the IS-7 hull. It's reasonably quick. It's got a 50 kilometers an hour top speed. And of course it's fairly solid as well, because it's because it's based on a heavy tank, and he's found the T-92 who's fluffed his shot, and this is where you get the shotgun in the face. And yeah, that was pretty final. So that's 5 kills now for FUSMELL. T-92 really mucked that one up and paid for it. And FUSMELL actually didn't need to actually ram the guy at the end, but I suppose he just wanted to make sure that the guy was dead before he fired, or had received some damage. And we now know where the GWE is, and the Bobjet's going in for the kill, and he's got him. So it's a victory. Well, it might not have been a very big game, but it was certainly a second-class tanker for FUSMELL in the Object 261. He got a fighter badge for getting at least 5 kills. In fact, actually, if he got one more, he would have had the Top Gun, so he would have had a medal. But unfortunately, the last enemy, the GWE 100, had already been wiped out, so he didn't get a chance to shoot that guy as well. He did get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 12, and his win rate from the game was 1,722. And he did get some very lucky shots in there as well to take out a Leopard 1, as well as the I think it was the, it was the TVP T5051. I don't think he actually was the Leopard 1. Sorry, no, it's the TVP I think that he got with a very lucky shot. Anyway, let's have a look at the team score and see where he stood. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game. The Bobjet easily got that with 6,560, I think that is, my eyesight. Yep, 60 hit points of damage, and he picked up the high caliber. The second highest damage was the Object 268 on the enemy team, 3,947. Sorry, I got them around the wrong way. And he was a very dangerous customer, that one. The third highest damage was the Progetto 65 on the enemy team, the one who took out the Conqueror gun carriage. Yep, so he did very well, but we can see that FUSMELL managed 1,659 hit points, and when it came to kills, he got the highest number of all with 5. 3 kills went to the Bobjet, the FV-215B, the British Tier 10 reward tank. Well, it's a reward tank? No, it's a collector's tank now. And 3 kills for the Leopard, and the only player on the enemy team managed to get more than 2 kills was their Object 268. When it came to base XP, it was the 2684, the Bobjet. He got 1,117, and 906 went to FUSMELL, 714 went to the FV-215B. FUSMELL fired 12 rounds in that game, got 3 direct hits and 1 penetration on the enemy, 10 splash. Damage of 1,659 hit points, of which 1,159 were at more than 300 meters. The close range shot was the one that was done on the T92 HMC, and I'm pretty sure that was the tank that he actually did penetrate when he fired. Yes, it was, exactly. So he also spotted one enemy vehicle, that would be the T92 HMC. Oh, we did receive one hit by way of splash damage during that game as well. I missed that. 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 5 killed, and 1,729 hit points of stun assist off 5 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 44,610 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 4,993 credits profit. And when it came to base XP, well, 1,359, it's not base XP actually, he did get 7 bonds as well, 1,359 XP for the battle, times 5 for the first victory, and took away 6,795 experience points altogether. So not a bad game. Well, what can you say? If you come across an Arty face to face, just shoot them in the face, let them know. Usually somebody, if they're in an Arty, unless they're very good, they won't get their snapshot off okay. And if they do try to snapshot you, you've got plenty of time then to just drive up to them and shoot them and kill them stone dead. But that was a very good game, that was. And although I did think towards the end, I was thinking I made a bad decision or bad mistake to move south after the Progetto 65 killed the Conqueror. I thought, well, that guy's headed south, but of course he did get taken out by the Bobject. But after he headed south, I thought that 268's going to get him now. So maybe I made the wrong tactical move and the T92 stayed where he was. And of course he didn't suffer any loss there. But it was a good game all the same, and nice to see that FUSMELL is moving forward to engage the enemy. Although I will say, please stay on the target and look at the target to see where the shell goes. Because if you keep looking away, I will have to reject the future replays, Arty replays from you. So do be aware, because we're very strict about this. Because if you ruin the replay for the other players, so they can't actually see what you're doing, then obviously we're not just going to do the replay at all, because there's no point. Because they're not going to get any enjoyment out of it. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.